This could all go horribly wrong at any minute. Hello there, and welcome to the 262nd edition of Lewis Black's Rantcast, entitled He's Insane. Yes, he is, and it's who you think it is. Maybe it's not who you think it is, but if you don't really know who that is, then you're insane. And I will be repeating that a few times. It's a bit muddled here at the beginning because we're having to repeat the opening. I had a different title for it, and then by the end of the day, yesterday, there was a new title was necessary because it was really the title I was going to use initially. Yeah, and he kind of, took another step forward in terms of proving this hypothesis of mine, which is no longer a hypothesis. It is. I think it's a legitimate statement of fact. He's insane. Okay, the president that was elected, duly elected, and even though we don't think that people should be sending in these, voting by mail, he was elected, and a lot of those people sent in their ballots by mail and didn't realize at the time he was insane. I kind of knew he was, but then he took it one step further, and I said, okay, I have to make that statement. Here's what he said, which is why I'm kind of had to fuck with this, the title, and really kind of futz a little with the opening. So he, in one of his tweets, or posts as they call it, it's not a post, it's a tweet, all right? Even though he doesn't do it on X or whatever you want to fucking call it. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah? Praise be to Allah. He said, he posted, praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Wow. I'll talk about it later on. That's overstepping bounds. That, if we actually go ahead and do that, if he does that in our name, those are war crimes. Okay? How do we know that? Because they're war crimes! That's how we know it. Because even in war, they came up with some rules that they said, well, that's too fucking far because it fucks with the civilian population. You don't want to do that. Son of a bitch. Okay? So that's where we are. And that's why I've entitled that he's insane. And I will take the title I had this week and use it for next week. Meanwhile, we almost lose a pilot. We're certainly more have been injured, more are hurt. They don't have any aircraft left, of course. They don't have any radar left. They can't track our planes, but meanwhile they blow one out of the sky. It's flying in low, and they're telling us that it's really they've done everything possible to bomb them back into the Stone Age, as they like to say. I guess I mentioned that last week too. That's the way they look at what they've done, and meanwhile they haven't. All right, and how do we know that? Because they're blowing shit out of the sky. They're not shit. They're blowing our planes out of the sky, and meanwhile we're finding out that really what we need are drones, and then we wouldn't have to put our pilots at risk. They could fly higher and do whatever they, would want to do, like go to the moon, which is what we did this week. And but really, he's insane. And at what point can't that count toward? Can't it count toward getting someone, impeached if they're insane? because he really is, this is nonsense. This is madness. He comes on to make a speech about how he feels about what's happening, try to explain stuff to us. He doesn't explain anything, does he? He explains nothing, not a fucking thing, because he can't really explain it because he's already drifting. There's a sailboat in his head, and it only is docked for maybe 10 to 12 seconds a day to collect whatever words he's going to be using more of, and then the boat leaves, and so does he. It's beyond belief, okay? I don't know what it takes. How people sit there and watch this. I mean, Lindsey Graham, it's beyond enabling. He's nuts. If you see somebody who's crazy and you don't realize they're crazy, then you're fucking crazy. And that's crazy what's going on, okay? Oh, no, he's just in comedy, just this. No. Comes on, he's going to make a speech about what the fuck, why we went there, what, kind of get us, it's the dullest, it's a speech, okay? For those of you out there who have trouble sleeping at night, get a recording. Okay, I didn't listen to it. I couldn't listen to it, okay? All right, there was a bit of it, but I didn't hear it. I just ignored it. It went here, it went there, and then it went out, and Sammy left the room to work on his speech when he announces that he'll be running for president, and it's that's his lead, I think. Also, Sammy, in solidarity with our president, was neutered last week. Yes, that's a treat. Wow. I had not had to go through that with either dog that I'd had. The first one was already neutered. John was neutered. And Nick, I believe, was also neutered, found in a box outside in New Haven, Connecticut, in the road. And there he was. And but this is the first time. And you put that cone around his head, and he is not fucking happy. This is a dog with a lot of energy, certainly more energy than I think I've ever had, and he is not happy. But it gives him some time, and he can be, once the drugs kind of allow him to drift off. But I think he's able to really see as clearly as our president what needs to be done. And meanwhile, Pete Hedgehog is whacking away. He got rid of, what's his name? I'm really sorry. Randy George. That's right. That's right. He got rid of the U.S. Army Chief of Staff because he felt that he couldn't follow the orders. Some say that it was because he wasn't able to fire the two black officers and the two women that he wanted fired. That Mr. Hedgehog wanted out of there, and because he is, God damn it, we have a war, and this is the kind of shit. We are now the Department of War, and we can't have this kind of shit. And so, bye-bye, and and unbelievable. In the midst of what is an incursion, whatever you want to fucking call, when we align with Israel, no less, who really is also off, in its home, they've got a leader who's literally spinning. He's spinning around in his own head. He's got a gyroscope for a brain, and don't even ask me what it means, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. All right? Because now I'm insane. We decimated Iran, is what Trump said. That's what Hedgehog keeps saying. We decimated him. And so by decimating him, we created missiles and all sorts of stuff that could go into the sky. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe we'd blown up so much stuff that a few days later it hit wherever it hit in the middle of the earth and bounced back up and hit our plane. Who the fuck? I'm surprised they didn't use that as an explanation. And And then he just said he just sent out one of those brilliant things on True Social yesterday, I believe it was, and that if they don't come to the table, if they don't, surrender, if they don't do the things that we're asking them to do, and straighten out the Straits of Hormuz, that we're going to, blow them even further into the into wherever we think we're blowing. We might as well be blowing them. All right, it might as well come down. You might as well have said we're setting enough thousands and thousands of Americans to blow as many in Iran as we possibly can in order to subdue them. Jesus, so he's at the end of it, after he talks about destruction for another country, destroying it, and doing things that would, such as blowing up the energy sources that they have, blowing up bridges. These are things that are against that are illegal in terms of war. It's just illegal. Even war has places where you have to go, no, you can't fucking do it. But he hasn't read about that or know about that, and it's why apparently we've lost the wars we've lost because we didn't have the courage to pick someone like a commentator to be in charge of, and then change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. All of these things coming to play, and so that we are able to do these things now in the name. And at the end, he after saying this, I'm not even reading it because it doesn't deserve to be read. He goes, "Glory be to God." Wow. Wowie, wow. And you don't think he's insane, okay? And there are people out there who don't realize that he is nuttier than a fruitcake. Don't hand me off, well, it's this or that. It's bullshit, okay? We've come to the end. He's nuts. And it's just going to get further and further and further into the world of crazy. And it's going to make us crazier. And don't think it's not. Watch it. I'm sick of fucking this. Is just the business of government is war, not childcare. That's a quote. That's one of his quotes, one of those insightful quotes. The business of government is war, not childcare. We don't have time for that. He's got a $1.5 trillion defense budget, war budget. War budget he's asking for in the next budget. We just come through this insanity. Now you need $1.5 trillion? No. You need drones, all right? And you need to figure out another way to fucking go to war. And God damn it, $1.5 trillion. No. All right? It's what you want to do. It's not what the rest of us want to do. Not even close. All right? And when you're fucking running a government in which the people of the country are going, stop it, and I believe that my dog could be elected president against you. Okay? When the people are screaming, stop, don't do this anymore, and you keep doing it, fuck it, man. That's called nuts. All right? That is called, God damn it. I just, my brain just kind of goes, I watch the synapses just go burn, just blow up. Okay? Son of a bitch. God damn it. And they also believe, because it's every third person in this government is making money, including Pam Bondi, who just got fired and has is going into a private sector job. It's so, I can't, I'm not going to go look it up, okay? They just said, going into a private sector job, it's really, she's like, for fucking the entire time, she can't do enough for him. He fires her. The fucking idiot sitting there who let her become the attorney general, all right? And another jackass is going to come on the way. And he had to fire her. And they should never have let her become because they sat there and questioned. They questioned her, the Hedgehog, fucking Robert Kennedy Jr. They questioned him. And then go, boy, I'm really surprised they're doing this stuff. Extraordinary. So now she'll be making money, and then meanwhile, Pete Hedgehog, it turns out just before the war, the incursion, whatever you want to fucking call it, he was investing in the defense industry. That's what he was, or he was trying to do it. You know, I guess he couldn't figure out how to dial a phone. Unbelievable. Because he was too busy talking to whatever that fucking thing is where you talk to people you shouldn't be talking to when you're getting ready to do something that's just when you're telling secrets, okay? Military secrets. All right. Next week's going to be a short one, just so you know, because I'm going to be going off to the golf tournament that's named after me, and I won't have time. So I'm going to try to get it done in the next few days and tack it on. Don't worry. I mean, something important might happen, but what I'll be reading to you is more than enough to give you a sense of just how shitty it is. And will be more than enough for me to talk about for 10 or 15 minutes. A couple of things here you should know. The Ultimate Fighting Championship athletes will start training FBI agents. That's right. In hand-to-hand combat under a deal struck by the bureau boss, Kash Patel. He called the partnership a tremendous opportunity for agents to become even better prepared to protect the American people. Trump, supporting UFC President Dana White, meanwhile said he was proud to give FBI agents the chance to train with some of the baddest men and women on the planet. God, that'll be good. That's how you get the FBI to do the kind of work that needs to be done, boy. You have them trained by the UFC so that they can march down the street. They see somebody and just give them a quick fucking kick him in the teeth, knock him to the ground, you know, grab him by the balls, throw him over the goddamn railing into the audience, whoever's watching. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, and it doesn't matter, okay? And it doesn't. I don't think, obviously. And because really, this is where we are, okay? Not, we found this, we can help the FBI do that, you know, really better ways to investigate, better ways to look at the information we're getting. Let's stop firing people because we think that they may have tried to, but they didn't, and you know they didn't go after the president because most FBI agents don't have the time or the energy to be, you know, you don't focus them. They don't have time to have a grudge, okay? They got shit to do. They have a job, Kash Patel, as opposed to your googly eyes. God damn it. Former Fox News host Megyn Kelly, who opposes the war in Iran, accused current Fox host Mark Levin of having a micro-penis, which prompted Levin, a war supporter, to call Kelly a harlot. What is the... Yeah, boy. Good job. Good comeback, Mr. War Guy, Mr. Mark Levin. Boy, oh boy. You got a... What is the matter with us? And that it's printed. Because we got to get it out there. Oh, this is what I wanted to read. I'm sorry. The federal judge has dismissed a $100,000 lawsuit from a German tourist who found the salsa at a Manhattan taqueria too spicy. Fecal Mons admits he added a lot of spoons of Los Tacos #1 salsa verde to his tacos, but says he was unprepared for the resulting physical symptoms. Yeah, seriously? And then you're going to sue. You're going to hire a lawyer to file suit over hot sauce, over salsa. The judge, probably, you know, God, and I'm surprised we didn't hear from, our president about this. Judge Dale Ho found the restaurant had no duty to warn diners that its salsa is spicy, and added, and here's how he got his became a judge. He added that the spice is often the point. Okay, Fake Hal, if that is your real name, come on. $100,000. What the fuck is the matter with you? Son of a bitch. All righty. No more crazier than our president. Sammy says hi. I say goodbye. I'm on my way. I want to just thank you all very, very much. I'm going to watch the Rangers play the Washington Capitals, the team I root for, and it's going to be turned into an animation tonight in real time, apparently, for which I did a recording. It's the Inside Out group of animated figures, which I play Anger, and so they invited me to the Rangers game to watch tonight. So I'm heading out. I want to thank you all for listening. I can't tell you what a privilege and a pleasure it is to spend time with you. I hope you all had either a very happy Easter or a spectacular Pesach. I hope it was good. And always amazing when they coincide, because the calendars are way different. So maybe that's a good omen. I doubt it, but maybe it is. And people are returning to churches, but I don't have time to go on, and I haven't got time to go into that. I've got to go take a nap so I can. All right. Time for me to shut up. And thank you for this time. And get them in. I'm just serious. Get those rants in, especially if you are coming to the show in Chandler. You're going to want to get those rants of yours in, because I will be doing about a chunk of, I'll be doing a live Rant is Due, which is just me kind of reading the rants that you send in, and I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you out there in Arizona. Having you go, I can't believe he's saying that. Well, I will be. Take care of yourselves. I'm glad that Sarah Bartlett sent it in to share it with us. Stunning. Lewis, I've read this article a few times, and I'm still perplexed. I can't really even get beyond the headline. Quadruple amputee cornhole player accused of shooting man while driving. You're going to want to check that out, many of you. It's true. I still can't get over the fact that it's true, and thank you, Sarah, for sending that along. It was something that I probably should have put in the Rantcast, but I missed that. I just kind of let that. It was too much. My brain could not. It's just, but it's perfect in light of all of the realities we're dealing with. Why not? This from Ken Macklin. I was driving home in the suburbs of Boston. I was behind a Porsche at a light. When the light turned green, the Porsche didn't move. I honked at them, and the driver made a left at the light with no oncoming traffic at 5 miles an hour. The cheapest Porsche is $65,000. Why would a cautious driver buy one if they're not going to drive fast? Were they just 80 and out of it? They shouldn't just let you buy one to show off if you're 80 or drive like a person that age. It's a bad image for the brand. Imagine showing this behavior in a Porsche TV ad. And another thing, why in the hell would anybody buy a Porsche unless they're a rich asshole who is just showing off to his neighbors when they pick up their friends' kids for soccer practice? Wow. I've never understood the Porsche SUV either, Ken. And I certainly don't know what the person would make a 5 mile per hour turn in one. Wow. Taking a left. Okay. It's that kind of day. It's that kind of life. It's that kind of century. All right. Thank you, Ken. Quick, simple, to the point, enough said. From Douglas Geef. If you take pictures of the food you're eating, then you, my friend, are the problem. I'll admit I've done that, Douglas. And yes, I consider myself part of the problem. I did a bit about this, watching people go through what Mark Yu is going to tell you that he's going through it. I know it's, I'll just read it. It tickles me. So my kid is now at the age to join youth sports. Now, Lewis, when I was young and played Little League, we probably had 2 practices a week for like an hour or so, enough so my parents could go out for a smoke and a drink, and we played a total of 10 games. That's it. My kid joins the sport, and it's like I'm taking a second full-time fucking job. First off, they have practice every day during the week for 3 hours. So we're not getting home and eating dinner until like 8:30, and my kid's too fucking tired to do any homework. He's like 10. We're not training for the Olympics or some shit, but the fucking coach makes it seem like every practice is as important as the moon landing. Then I'm spending my weekend traveling to God knows where to play in a tournament in another state 3 hours away. They play like 4 games in one day. I'm getting up at like 5 a.m. so my kid can play their first game at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, on a fucking Saturday. My fucking Saturday is spent hanging out with Connor's and Tanner's mom. Not only that, but I have to volunteer. Required volunteering to feed all the fucking kids and cook meals and provide snacks. When did signing up my kid for Little League mean that I have to feed everybody's little fucking brats? Tanner's mom has a car, make her ass go to Burger King and get him a Whopper or some shit. And they have allergies. So I have to find some vegan, peanut-free shit so nobody feels left out. And if I don't volunteer, my kid's kicked off the team, and I'm a shitty parent. Damn it. All I wanted was for my kid to play a sport so I could drop him off at the field and have some fucking free time to myself. Now my weekends are fucking gone, and Tanner's mom is now my new best friend. Fuck me. You are fucked, Mark. Yeah, I had my friends, Ray's kids used to. They were playing volleyball, I think, and soccer, but it was volleyball. They would go and have to go every weekend. I mean, hopefully you at least get to come home. There people I would go to do my gigs, and people were showing up. Full-scale teams is obviously, and they'd have to spend the night at the fucking Holiday Inn or wherever, the Residence Inn or wherever the fuck it was. So now you're not only paying them with that time, you're losing the time, you're losing money. Because now you got to spend time, at an overnight. And who enjoys that? The kid. Oh, boy. Wow. That's rugged, Mark. Good luck. I hope they win the pennant. Here's one from Dennis Mawn. Every goddamn day I get multiple phone calls and text messages from some cocksucker telling me about the status of your loan request, working on my $250,000 business line of credits or some other bullshit. Based on my strong record with your existing loan, it looks like they may actually be able to renew your existing loan for a larger amount. What a colossal trough of internet diarrhea. I don't have a goddamn existing loan. I didn't make a fucking loan request. I have no idea who the fuck you are. Undoubtedly, it's some fucking robot in a hole in the middle of Nigeria or some other godforsaken place. I have my phone set to not ring from phone numbers it doesn't recognize. And it puts unknown text messages in a separate file. But still, I have to deal with blocking the numbers and the goddamn voicemails they leave behind. So why the fuck can't our overpaid, worthless, do-nothing Congress do something about actual problems like this that we, the people, deal with on a daily goddamn basis? instead of worrying about where a tiny fraction of a percent of people go to the bathroom, or the 12 trans kids across the country who just want to play sports, or investigating the non-existent problem of voter fraud, or making it illegal for non-citizens to vote, which is already fucking illegal. But be honest with me. Is this too fucking much to ask? Once again, hitting delete and report spam. Dennis Mawn. Rhymes with lawn. Rhymes with pain today. I understand, Dennis. I get it about it. It's stopped now for reasons I don't understand, but I get it about cars that I don't have. Man. Thank you, Dennis Mawn. Rhymes with lawn. Thank you, and good luck. And this from Robert Gabriel. Dear Lewis, long have I considered sending you a rant, but with so many outraged in a world gone to shit, how to choose? I've noticed one common thread in all of your listeners' rants. That being, people are assholes. In my 64 years, I have never met anyone with an asshole who wasn't one. Humanity. Living proof that God does indeed make mistakes. We are the absolute worst. Huh? Greedy, petty, violent creatures that corrupt all that is innocent and beautiful in the world, from children to the environment to even our pets. You only need to look around to see that the end is nigh. High fucking time, I say. Bring back the dinosaurs. They survived 400 million years, whereas people have managed to kill a whole planet in less than 100,000 years. A fucking planet! Trying to remain sane in an insane world is by definition insane. That's my excuse anyhow. I don't even feel bad for the occasional decent humans I encounter, and I do mean occasional. I don't even feel bad for the occasional decent humans I encounter, and I do mean occasional. We allowed this maelstrom of madness to happen, and by not doing anything about it, we are as guilty as those who brought it about. So go ahead, just stroll down the road to oblivion on social media, drinking your $12 coffee and stepping on the necks of others to get to the top. Whatever the fuck that means, and you can be king shit of Turd Mountain. Thank you, Lewis, for allowing me to take this enormous existential dump. And thank you for sharing it with us, Robert. Thank you for that. I hope you feel better now. I do. Wow. It's unbelievable. And here comes Richard Carew. Can someone tell me why school buses today spoil all these snots with door-to-door service? It is incredibly fucking annoying, inefficient, and ridiculous that all of us commuters get stuck behind a school bus either on our way in or on our way home that has to stop at every fucking other house on the street. Enough already. In my day, it was 1 or 2 stops for the neighborhood, and from there we walked. You know what the best side effect was from that? No child obesity problems. These little fat fucks haven't got a clue. Man, Richard, wow. You must be fun in the morning. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy, or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me. Aha, Lewis Black. Our live rant audio was produced by James Salter. Our theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers, Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly.